Hi and welcome back. In this video we are going to solve an intermediate SQL problem. Okay, so let's begin. First we need to head to sqlpractice.com. This is the website where you can practice your SQL skills. And we need to select the hospital database as I'm doing here. You need to click on view all questions, select difficulty medium, and we need to scroll down until we see the question which says we want to display each patient's full name in a single column. I select that one and we can start solving this problem. So first I can see that we have the patient's table, information about our table inside our database. This is what we will be working with. I can just also take a look by clicking on this green arrow. I can take a look at the data inside at the rows, and if I click on expected output, I can see the output that we should get with our query. So you can see there is a new name format, and I believe these are names. Okay, let's find out after we read the question closely. And if I click on get hint again, I have some solution keywords I can use just to give me an idea. And if I click on get hint again, I can also see a portion of the solution. So you can see here just a string of code or a line of code, also just to give us an idea. But I encourage you and I suggest to first try to solve it by yourself or by ourselves. And if we are stuck, we can take a look at the hints just to have an idea. But to develop our problem solving skills, we need to read the question carefully and try to come up with a solution ourselves. Okay, so let's do it together. First, we need to understand the question in order to solve this problem. So I'm going to read it again. We want to display each patient's full name in a single column. Their last name in all upper letters must appear first, then first name in all lowercase letters. Separate the last name and first name with a comma. Order the list by the first name in descending order. Example, Smith, J. Okay, so it seems complex, but let's break it down step by step. So first, we need to understand that they want the full name of the patient in a single column. So inside the patient's table, we have first name and last name. So they want to merge those two together. So that's pretty easy. But then it says their last name needs to be in all upper letters, and it needs to appear first. So instead of selecting, for example, first name and last name, it needs to be the other way around. First, we need to show the last name and then the first name. If I run this query, I need to select from which table, from patients. Okay, so I have here the last name and the first name, but it says that it needs to be in a single column. So how are we going to do that? To do that, we need to combine those two columns. Okay, for example, Waterfield, we need to combine this one with Donald so that it appears in a single column. And to do that, we can use the concat function. So what this does is that it combines two columns. In this example are a string, the data type is a string or text. So if I do this, you can see after running the query that we get Waterfield and Donald. So we are combining the last name and the first name. Okay, but we are not done yet, because it says that the last name needs to be in all upper letters. So to make it upper letters, I need to use upper, and I need to surround inside parentheses the name of the column. If I run this query, you can see that now the last name, which appears first, is in all upper letter, and then it says the first name needs to be in all lowercase. So I can do the same, lower, and I can close the name of the column in parentheses. If I run this query, you can see that now the first name appears in lowercase. So for example, I don't know, West is the last name and John is the first name. So West, it's in upper case and John, it's in lowercase. But now it says you need to separate the last name and first name with comma. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Okay, so we are already using the concat function, so we can combine columns, but we can also combine it with other text or numbers of our own. So for example, I can put here inside single quotes or double quotes. You can use you can use whatever you want, but here only single quotes are available, and I can say comma. And if I run this, you can see that now the last and first names are separated by a comma. And before continuing, I can give an alias to this column so that it's more understandable. So I can say new name, and if I run the query, now the column, it's called new name. Okay, and then we need to order the list by the first name in descending order. So that's pretty easy. We need to order by first name in descending order. So if I run this query, you can see that we have done it correctly. And here is the solution provided by the website, and you can see more alternative solutions. So we got everything right: the last name, the comma, the first name, and the sorting. So if you find this video useful, don't forget to follow and leave a comment, and I will see you in the next one.